Like was dropped for someone who died. We're down in the last 13 seconds. Not sure if this is going to be. Yes, this is a.
Because you know that movement ability is nice, but also that showstopper can really open.
I definitely was complaining about Bind prior to the start of this broadcast as someone who plays Sage and Brimstone consecutively in competitive play, but I will be totally honest here. I'm not actually shocked by the Icebox ban, just as someone who has a lot of friends that play in the competitive Valorant scene for the collegiate level. Icebox seems to be a go-to ban for a lot of people. I don't know if it is. Anyone's shocked that Breeze and Fracture are both banned. Pearl seems to be like the bane of everyone's existence as well, but I personally love it. Just seeing, in my opinion, this is a very, very default map selection here. Ascent, Haven, Bind should mean that we have some very standard compositions coming out, maybe one agent being different from both sides. It does look like we're going to have Sova coming out for the side of Winthrop, which we did see one Sova yesterday also on Ascent, but unfortunately that did not work out very well.
I mean, Sova on Ascent is kind of one of the OG things, right? Like you still have lineups for days on Ascent. You still have the ability to basically lock down B, just with the sheer fact that you can scan for intel and then you hold an Odin, right? Like everything on Ascent has paper mache walls. Everything is wall bangable. Nothing is safe. That's just kind of how I feel about this map sometimes. Honestly, looking at the other side though, with Texas A&M, kind of an awkward comp. Obviously, Dan was not over chambered to start this off. So I was kind of worried about having no op presence really there. I do, however, really enjoy the raise here, just because you know that movement ability is nice, but also that showstopper can really open up that mid control or just push people off of sites because they're uncomfortable with it. Also, with the sheer fact that there's no KO on the side for Winthrop, that means you have to deal with chamber util all the time. That also means you have to deal with all of that raise util that we were talking about earlier. So it might be tough sledding on defense for them just because they don't have that ability to use that 0 point and get just the headhunter out of the chamber's hands.
Definitely, and comparing what we see today versus yesterday, this is borderline, if not exactly the same agents that we saw these people picking yesterday. Moves on the chamber was great. Crescent and Flare playing those duelists with kind of just Crescent going in for entry and allowing the cleanup coming out from Flare. And then Dill yesterday was a playmaker on that raise. Interested to see if they're able to repeat that today going into Winthrop.
Yeah, and also it comes down to as well, like we have to take into account that Reyna's flashes actually got buffed, right? So they have an unlimited distance now. So if you're talking about holding mid control and trying to get Chamber off of that mid angle and get him off of that catwalk, I mean, you can use a Reyna flash. That will be successful, as we see an early swing coming out here from Noble. Looking for one. Oh, it's a perfect headshot onto Flare to open this up. The Reyna is gone. You're not going to be able to overheal. And the Omen is gone as well. Noble opening it up, saying, hey, initiators can initiate some fights. They can also win duels in an entry. Texas A&M up 5-3 going into this pistol round.
We see the Roomba coming in here through 3 to clean up. Crescent's dropping down from Heaven. Probably realizes there's at least one person in mid. Not sure if they're aware that in A choke there is going to be 2 people. They've taken some trade damage here. Probably they're in one-shot territory, and we also do see the KO is going to rotate out. I think this is the
into this pistol is gone. Is flash. That will be successful. So they have an unlimited distance now. So if you're talking about holding mid control and trying to get Chamber off of that mid angle and get him off of that catwalk, I mean, you can use a Reyna flash. That will be successful, as we see an early swing coming out here from Noble. Looking for one. Oh, it's a perfect headshot onto Flare to open this up. The Reyna is gone. You're not going to be able to overheal. And the Omen is gone as well. Noble opening it up, saying, hey, initiators can initiate some fights. They can also win duels in an entry. Texas A&M up 5-3 going into this pistol round.
We see the Roomba coming in here through 3 to clean up. Crescent's dropping down from Heaven. Probably realizes there's at least one person in mid. Not sure if they're aware that in A choke there is going to be 2 people. They've taken some trade damage here. Probably they're in one-shot territory, and we also do see the KO is going to rotate out. I think this has been decided to go into a B push after locking 2 people out of A. Semi-rotation did come out from Chamber, still in A Heaven as well. The only person on B is Sova. There's no fight for mid right now, which is interesting. So if Sova goes down, this site is definitely going in favor of Texas.
Oh, they're swinging on both sides as well, but Nab are going to get nabbed down. That's terrible. It's A77 looking to get one, still playing Boathouse. Dam's going to find moves on the other side, and this is going to be tough sledding ahead. Obviously, Boathouse still not cleared. Crescent just rushing for the back, uses that frenzy. Dam's going to get one more. It's going to be a push, of course, from stairs coming down. 2v1 scenario right now. Spike is still not down, however, and they don't have a lot of time left. They might be able to isolate a 1v1 here.
Spike was dropped by someone who died. We're down in the last 13 seconds. Not sure if this is going to be... Yes, this is a full plant. Pros stick it, as they like to say in the Valorant community. With Spike down, now it is still just a 2v1 sit and wait game. Raze, I cannot tell if they've... Yeah, Dill has full health right now, members of Texas AMU.
Oh, it might. Texas A&M. So obviously, Noble is the MVP for opening up that A site and forcing that rotation out. Got a little close for comfort at the end, but again, it's a pistol round. You don't have to worry about saving any guns. You don't have to worry about anything else. We're going to see a full-on force from pretty much every member of Texas A&M here, including 2 rifles invested. So they're going extremely heavy into this one.
We did speak with Texas A&M yesterday discussing the full buying or partial buying with an actual gun, and they like to go with 2 Vandals and just making sure that those people have a buddy with them, so if the Vandal's dropped, it's picked up by someone else. See if that works out in favor for them today. We have Flare with the... trying to just diggle peek here. We do have a one-way created from Comey on Tree as well, and it looks like it's a heavy rotation through Tree right now. Prowler came out, didn't detect Comey.
Get Tayo over on the side. That's going to be spiked down as well as Comey tries to keep this at 3. Looking like...
For when guns, though, I think we might be okay as far as econ goes, but 10 seconds left. No one else is really going down.
Huge thrifty coming out, of course, from Winthrop, because, I mean, that's supposed to be your win, right? You invest a rifle into it. At least Dill's able to recover the rifle, and Dam holds onto a Spectre there, but you're not expecting to lose your force round right there. So Winthrop does an excellent job of just playing, like you said, the buddy system, and they're aggressive enough to be able to get some picks and cause enough damage just to wreak havoc, really, finding value with those sheriffs, where, I mean, it's difficult to find value at times with those, but you take out the rifle, they only get to hold on to one of them, they get a Spectre as well, and now everybody else on eco. It's like we're sitting here starting at a fresh start, and through the smoke moves is going to get one as well. This is going to be, ooh, good trade by Dam, though.
Crescent did pick up 2 as well for themselves. Winthrop, it's now going to be a 3v3, but Dill is very much so in one-shot territory. They got to be careful now, trying to force out moves. They're going to use both blast packs and the wall bangs. Dill's going to go down, so now it's the 3v2 on retake, 2v2 on retake here.
And it's going to be 2 rifles remaining right now for A&M, so they have an opportunity, but Flare's going to pick out Dam almost immediately. Now it's a 2v1. The Omen smoke comes out. The Paranoia going to get Noble, and it's going to be 2-1 in favor of Winthrop. But again, we were talking about that's Winthrop's buy round. This was actually some decent economic damage coming out from Texas A&M on their save.
Going into the next round, it looks like Texas A&M still is going to be able to get full buys, except for Dill. Not going to be able to get that full shield. Some people, though, say light shields are underestimated. We'll have to see if that works out. Crescent also going with a light shield buy here. We have moves with the op. It's round 4. It's op time for moves. Let's see how this works out. If anyone anticipates moves with that operator, I do believe that they will respect it and just not peek mid.
I think that's the move, to be completely honest with you. Here comes the one-way, the KO knife coming out, going to disable, of course, the Reyna and the Omen there, so they have to back off of this. And also, a Fatal possibly committed as well. No, they didn't use... They did. They're marked, so the Fatal committed as well. You're going to see this come out. Oh my god, the util combos are insane right now. Noble's going to get the swing there. And Boob's finding one in the mid to get the trade, though. Comey going to find Dill as well. Oh my gosh, it's just a complete retake from Tree. Everybody's dropping like flies. Naver's going to get one, but the round is already over. It's just a collapse onto the A site from Tree. Nobody was expecting them to be there that quickly, and it's going to be a quick round for Winthrop.
Honestly, I love retake plays or just baiting people, recognizing there wasn't a default push and just forcing it into a site after you know where everyone on offense is and not going quietly into that Sweet and Night playstyle. I adore it, though I know a lot of people hate that Valorant. It prevents me from having to deal with jump scares. Everyone...
Over. It's just a collapse to get the trade, though. Comey going to find Dill as well. You're going to see this come out. Oh my god, the util combos are insane right now. Noble's going to get the swing there. And... finding one in the mid to get the trade, though. Comey going to...
gonna find Dill as well. Oh my gosh, it's just a complete retake from Tree. Everybody's dropping like flies. Navar's gonna get one, but the round is already over. It's just a collapse onto the A site from Tree. Nobody was expecting them to be there that quickly, and it's gonna be a quick round for Winthrop.
Honestly, I love retake plays or just baiting people, recognizing there wasn't a default push and just forcing it into a site after you know where everyone on offense is and not going quietly into that Sweek and Knight playstyle. I adore it, though I know a lot of people hate that Valorant. It prevents me from having to deal with jump scares.
Yeah, jump scares are the worst because I'll tell you, about half the time I play Valorant, it ends up being a horror game. Just somebody around the corner, and then it's like Five Nights at Freddy's. It's just not a fun time. It's just not a fun time. We're gonna see Dam here with that Headhunter trying to aggress onto A main. This is looking like a pretty steady default coming out from A&M. They kind of get burned in the past, but look at the aggression coming out from Crescent. They're ready just to swing out on everybody. Dill's gonna get one, but Flair's gonna get the trade out. Already 2 members down, or 3 members down, excuse me, for Texas A&M. Movers is gonna find one on A main, and A77 is gonna wrap up the pick on, of course, that mid top there. And Winthrop is gaining some momentum here on Ascent. And I want to preface that, Nerdy, with just the sheer fact that this is a defensive-sided map, but it's not extremely defensive sided, right? Like you want to get 4 to 5 rounds, and if you want to still remain successful, if you're A&M right now, this is starting to snowball out of that territory because the economic disadvantage is so strong.
Yeah, and so I do believe that this is yes, it is a timeout from attackers. That is from Texas A&M. They're trying to make a plan, possibly just kind of shake up the defenders of Northrop by taking this 1 minute pause here. It's a tactical opportunity, and hopefully they are conversing and trying to figure out what they're going to do here. Because as you mentioned earlier, those util combos are coming in very strong right now for Winthrop, and it seems as though Texas A&M is just struggling to respond.
And I guess the biggest problem with me right now, right, is we really haven't seen them try to take a lot of mid control. But now you have Chamber with an operator, and you have no idea where he's going to be sitting. And it's just so difficult to try to aggress. So you're probably going to see more default out of A&M, or you're either going to see a full-on site rush. But the only thing that scares me is we've already seen the Chamber on Winthrop on A entrance, right? So you know he's not just going to be lurking mid with that. He's going to be aggressive, trying to get those opening picks and teleporting out. And when that happens, I mean, there's just so much value to be had from it, just because you're keeping the offense on its toes and you're not really knowing where to aggress. So we're seeing them start out looking like kind of a 3-2 split with a couple, of course, 3 over on that B site and 2 kind of lurking up mid, and actually nobody's going to be watching mid so far as we see the Chamber on Winthrop going to be watching A main again, so this might be the right call. A&M just needs to realize that they have that space available and go for it.
And we did see that Tour de Force was popped by Texas A&M Chamber. Let's see if that helps him get any picks. He's kind of just looking down here on B main, looking, I think, preparing for both of our duelists to pop out. Instead, it's going to be a sit and wait game, and just being oppressive with your presence can be a huge advantage, and being alive and pulling that much attention from those two, recognizing that they can't push out where they want to anymore, means that they have to do a full rotation. We can see that Raze, our Dill here, has mid locked down to be prepared for that rotation out. So instead, in response, I do believe, yes, knives for pop from Crescent, who's going to try and peek through window with the Lear. Cannot find anything, but I do believe they have spotted out our poor Chamber here.
Oh my, and you see the Omen's actually playing in Wine as well there, so that might be unexpected with the Chamber teleporting out, does not get that opening pick, but his mid control hasn't been found, and right now, Nerdy, it's just, like I said, a heavy default coming out, and oh my, Flare's just posted up right here on logs, on the off angle, just waiting for somebody to peek. Do they see the shoulder? They do, the headshot comes out, Dam's gonna trade immediately, Crescent having to back all the way down towards lane, but the Fade Haunt is not gonna spot her, so it's gonna be tough sliding ahead, but Dill gets the frag. There's one spotted by the Sova. We're seeing trades all over the place, only 10 seconds left to get the spike down. They have to rush this now.
And we're gonna see Hunter's Fury go down. Never just tops it out through the first wave of blast, gets the plant, has to sacrifice themselves, but now team has sight on lock. Possibly Winthrop could do a retake here. It is 2v3. We have the Tour de Force out for Texas AMU. However, that's on when you're stuck in one spot now in the defensive position, it can be a little difficult, but Dam is going to find moves. Now we are down to a 2v2.
Oh, and the Haunt and the Dart being traded out. This spot is so ratty from Dam. Can he get the pick? He can. Turn to the left. Oh my, it's a 1v1 scenario right now. They have to hold down the Spike. He doesn't see behind him, but I think the Spike already has enough time on it. I don't think a defuse will be coming out. A77 is going to go down to the Spike, and A&M's going to find themselves around off of the timeout, and that's the value we love to see out of taking that timeout, right? You had to get it back on track somehow. They're at least going to be able to full buy here, which is great. Dam can buy a teammate as well with 8,500, or we're going to see if they're going to play that defensive op on offense. I'm kind of excited to see it. A&M definitely doing a better job there. I just really want to see them kind of bring it back a little bit harder, because we're going to have that Tour de Force coming out from Moob, so where he plays is really the big answer right now.
Oh, so apparently that pause, possibly right now, yes, we're going into a technical pause now, I believe, or the pause we just had. Yes, this is a technical pause currently, so we'll be back in game in just a moment. Technology doesn't always work for everyone. Let's just make that very clear here now.
Yeah, I'm a boomer. That's kind of why I typically stick on to wired components instead of using wireless ones. Now that is going to change here pretty soon, but I've held begrudgingly on to my wired mice forever, and I've been chastised by it by a couple of my friends. It's actually great.
I don't always, I'm definitely with you on that one, not always embracing the future. However, you can do more for yourself and your future. Soldiers in the Army National Guard can serve part-time while getting their degrees or working full-time. Accelerate your path and visit nationalguard.com. The next generation is now. If you're willing to embrace the future, that is. Two of us, not so much.
If you're not esports boomers like myself and Nerdy, no offense to you, I'm pushing the wrong side of 30 to be considered anything in esports. Moves is actually going to be looking to possibly lurk mid here, which I like seeing.
Yes.
See, of course, we have mid with the Tour de Force coming out and a Shorty as a backup. That is the play for certain. It's going to be interesting getting onto site.
Guys, we've got the green. However, if Lear from the Reyna comes out at mid to allow.
You are in the playoff. You're in the semifinal. You might see that. And Noble going to push out. Here it comes. Going to be throwing that one straight up to get over the wall, because if that does happen, as the climber finally winds down, we're actually going to. We might see it. Here it comes. The early push up right here, and the Omen Smoke's actually going to deny us this duel. Potentially no. It's going to be Flare taking the initial fight, and Noble going to push out a mid. So much mid control already being taken by Texas A&M. Moves is still here though, and I'm not sure if they're aware of it. Nope. Nabber's going to fall. That's no smokes for the rest of the round for A&M.
And that was Spike as well. I think it did get... No, Spike is still going to be down right outside mid. That is an unfortunate situation considering the operator sites here. I do believe our Chambers have yet to grace each other's scopes yet, as we do see Dill managed to grab Spike off tiles, did not even have to peek out. Gotta love those hitboxes. Oh, is it time? Is it time? Come on, Dam. Come on, Moves. Who's gonna win? I honestly thought that Dam would have the angle first, but it looks like Moves was faster with that trigger.
Yeah, Moves is definitely faster with the trigger, and it helps as well because even though Dam is able to see the elbow pop out of there, that elbow is extremely hard to hit, right? You're looking for a body to hit. It's an operator. It's 150 damage straight to anywhere that isn't legs, so it's a little bit difficult to get through that. It looks like we might get a pop flash here from Noble to try to aggress onto Tree as A77 has gone all the way. No, they're just gonna dry walk the one way, and Dill's gonna get one. Here comes the Haunt. A77 is gonna find one with the off angle, not be able to get the second. Nobody on site. The door's gonna get closed, and it's a 2v2 retake scenario right now for Winthrop.
Noble walked in backwards. That was unfortunate. Their Fade did manage to win after the get the trade, but Fade is definitely in one-shot territory. We have Nightfall pop out, so people are marked down here in hell, and they're well aware of it. Let's see if they're able to capitalize on this intel. Dill's gonna pop Crescent, and now it's a 1v2, 1v1 as Moves picks up Tayo.
Moves is one shot right now. We're gonna see what he can do versus Dill. Oh, the Tour de Force getting brought out once again. Has the opportunity, might be able to spot the gun. We have the blast pack coming out just to try to buy some time. Moves gonna wait that out perfectly. There's no shot that Moves can take this right. Oh, he gets Moves, you mad lad. Do they have enough time for the spike? It looks like they do have it.
They do.
Moves is a madman.
That was incredible Moves. Right now, if you are only able to have this tab open to listen to what's happening and do not see, Winthrop is in the leading by 3 as our scoreboard is 5-2. But this is definitely a closer game than what we got to see yesterday from a lot of our teams. So our team that was trailing a bit yesterday, the front coming out from actually against Texas AMU, did manage to pull back ahead at this point, but they did not maintain that lead. We'll see if there's an ebb and flow in the scoreboard here for these two teams. I doubt it, though.
I mean, there's always ebbs and flows in Valorant. It all just kind of depends. As Noble takes a couple pot shots early here with that Sheriff, trying to get some value out of it through the Omen one way, that dark cover. It's just so useful. Omen on Ascent is so strong just because of the one-way placements that you can achieve, right? Because Astra smokes are a little bit more bulbous, so they cover a little bit more of the ground. Omen sit up there nicely, and it's really able to go ahead and get that value and provide just that denial into the A site. But we're gonna see how much map control Dill has already taken in mid. The trademark is on the opposite side of that right now, so they can't aggress further than this until they're ready to push. But there's a lot of mid control being held by A&M right now.
Most definitely. I'm shocked they were able to get this far forward without giving themselves away. We do have Sova trying to get some wall bangs out. Rupabot's going to get pushed out. Ooh, beautiful shot there from Tayo onto Crescent, but A7's going to pick up 2. Tayo is going to return the favor and take out A7. We are now at 3v3 with Fade in one-shot territory.
Oh, the spray down from Moob's gonna get 1, gonna get 2. Might try to find 3. No, it's gonna be Tayo, the Deagle Demon right now. Able to get that. It's a 1v2 retake scenario. 20 seconds left. Spike is not down yet and not able to get the headshot on the 4th member of Winthrop. All those kills were found by Tayo there with the Deagle, and they were kind of on the struggle bus a little bit earlier. They had 1 kill before that round. Now they have 4, so it's a way to quite literally quadruple your kills in 1 round.
Well, in the defense of Texas AMU, that was an eco round, so this round they're able to do full buys, excluding Noble, who's not going to be able to do a full buy this round. They're going to have to go with the light shield. Everyone on the side of Winthrop is going to full buy. The only person that's somewhat hurting on the economy front is going to be Crescent and A7. Have to see how this shakes out, because this could absolutely decimate economy for either team, truly.
Yeah, I mean, having that operator committed on both sides, that is a lot of money going into it. His Flare gonna kind of just bait out that Fade. Good jump spot over there by Tayo to recognize that, hey, the operator's on A. We don't need to push this there. Backing out almost immediately. As we see this right now, Omen, Dark Cloud going down to the left side. A little bit more of a default coming out, and there is the Recon Bolt to spot him out mid.
Quietly all stacking up here for A main, doing a rotation towards mid. Only person that's there is Silva, but they're too far back to see catwalk rotation coming out, possibly looking to push 3 now. Going to be Texas AMU, which is Chamber posted out A main. So yes, it looks like they're going for the pinch play. Chamber and Raze are going to post up outside at the archway, and we'll have a tree push coming up, possibly at the exact same time to pull attention. Yeah, Hounds come out, so that means that the swing is going to happen. There it is. But Comey's going to pick up 2. Moves is going to pick up 1, so that pitch did not work out. They didn't time it perfectly.
And what a headshot to finish it by Moobs, of course, getting it with that Headhunter on Dill. Gonna trade out the operator? Is that just a little bit of disrespect? They both had offs.
I think it was that you have a prettier skin than I do, so I'm taking this.
You know, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, but currently the holder is Moobs of that operator. So I guess that is the case. Of course, it's gonna be another eco round for A&M, and they're gonna be riding the struggle bus the rest of the round, right? Like, they're obviously gonna have a full buy again next round, but sitting down at 7-2, I mean, like I said, ideally you want to get at least 4, if not 5 rounds on attack on Ascent to kind of make it okay. It doesn't look like they'll be getting that at all, as Crescent just absolutely pushes up out of this, recognizing that it's an eco. Moobs is gonna find one, of course, towards mid, and that's gonna be spiked down. It's already a 5v4, and these opening frag. Tayo, you are a Deagle Demon. The Sheriff gets so much value. Why don't they just use Sheriff only at this point?
I don't know. Their eco rounds, they've absolutely popped off with the Sheriffs. We do have our drone coming out here in mid. I mean, the Roomba got popped, so you know that there's at least Dill there. Moves a locking down tree here. Only 5 health, though, as we did have a trade earlier. But Winthrop, if Moves goes down, things are going to be a little bit difficult for them. Oh my gosh, side note, that is my favorite skin, specifically because your inspect animation, I like to call it the pet gun, because it spins the gun, but it looks like you actually are petting it like it's your favorite gun in the game.
The pet. That's definitely beautiful. Mine is Reaver. I'm a basic pro, unfortunately. Reaver's just clean, so I like it. Comey coming over right now. The Raze Nade gonna push back A77. There's a lot of spotting going on. Comey and A77 both gonna find one. A77 fights a second onto Dill as well. It's gonna be up to Noble, not gonna be able to find the frag. A77 earns a 3K and the round, and it was looking like it had potential, of course, with Moves being down to 5 HP. Took a Sheriff headshot, was able to live through the round. That's absolutely massive. Winthrop just coming out and really dominating Ascent right now.
Maybe we're Texas AMU's looking for the 9-3 curse. Not the easiest thing to deal with when you're on defense, though, being so heavily down. You'll have to win so many rounds back to back in order to make sure that you have the economy in your favor, so Winthrop can't just full buy abilities and weapons, because those combinations of their util are just disgusting, as we have our Hound come out, forcing our Chamber back, but they didn't back out far enough. Noble finds them. That's 3 already picked up for Winthrop, and 2 have gone down for Texas AMU. If they do not revive our KO here, though, that could be disastrous.
Certainly could be. Yeah, they're just leaving him out to dry. Unfortunately, he's on site, so they can't do anything about it. It's going to be a 2v2. Ults everywhere. The ult economy look beautiful right now, right? There is everybody still in the lobby has an ultimate to work with. So I expect to see that Showstopper come out to try to clear out some space so this plant can go down. That is a great lurk through tree, and it's actually not going to be spotted by the Roomba there. So we're going to see this door get broken almost instantly. The Hunter's Fury coming out as well, finding that value onto Tayo. Going to drop the spike planter, so it's going to be a 2v1. The Showstopper still online for Dill. We'll see what they can do in this 1v2.
like they're possibly they did just hear window get busted out, I believe, so they know that someone's inside heaven. Don't think they heard the drop down onto point from Omen. Not sure if they're prepared. Okay, so they heard one drop. They might assume that that actually was Sova. Showstopper comes out, picks up one, but unfortunately for them, still goes down to A77.
A77 just having themselves a half right now. I don't think there's any other way to put it. Just been super clutch, always the last one alive. 17 and 4 with 6 assists currently. Like anytime you're Sova, who's just your main intel grabber, is also top fragging. And obviously, you were talking about moves and Crescent, right? They do have impact. Obviously, moves a little bit more so on the defensive end because Chamber, obviously being a Sentinel, has a little bit more defensive utility. Crescent and Flare have played really well off of each other, not really able to find that value, but they've been super aggressive at taking map control and kind of just pinching A&M into rough places. And you know, your duelists don't have to frag out all the time. As long as they're able to take space, that's all that really matters, even if it's on defense.
Most definitely, but you're right. Crescent's told his team, all right, today you get in my backpack and I'll carry you. It's leg day for me, and most definitely A77 is doing a fabulous job on that Sova right now for their team. Top fragging. They can keep that going around too, because maintaining that much dominance for so long can be difficult for anybody playing this game.
It certainly can be, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they have the perfect operator to do it. Sova on Ascent still extremely strong as Crescent goes back, of course, into this lane spot and kind of get Dill just right off the rip, and that's a great, oh my gosh, the Yuto combo right there, and Crescent is popping up, pops the knives. Unfortunately, the pullout time just a little bit too long. I think Crescent overheated a bit there, but they're able to get 3 and essentially bust this round down. We might be looking at a 10-2 half, and Moobs has this angle on point. It's going to be terrifying, and there goes Damn.
Moobs again today. You do it. Oh wait, no, that was the end of the round. Okay. I thought Moobs accidentally did what we saw yesterday from another. I think it was Moobs that did it as well yesterday too, with accidentally pulling out their Tour de Force at the end of a round when it was still had more rounds left in the half, but that was the end of the half, so I'll accept it this time.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has that rank moment, right, where you're so locked in, and then you see somebody pop their ult after you get the plant down. You're like, why did you waste it? And it's like, oh, it's last round. Yeah. And, you know, sometimes you just kind of autopilot, or you fat finger it. I know I've done it a couple times where I bought an op that round, and then I hit the X button on accident, and look at that, I have 5 operator bullets, plus another 5 operator bullets. Kind of not necessary. Something that's really interesting to me as well, as we've seen a lot, especially with Ye on Optic, or formerly Optic, now C9, is the Ghost buy with the chamber. Now that the bullet price has been increased, instead of taking those 4 chamber bullets, those headhunter bullets, just buying a Ghost and still using that trip and having $100 left over. It's something that I've recently seen a lot in the pro and collegiate tiers, and it's just interesting to me to take that over the Pocket Guardian. Definitely think it's viable, and you get a ton more ammunition, which is important, of course, but just something to note. It's kind of a little change in the meta that we've seen recently.
Ghosts are underestimated. You can fight me on that, but I will stand the Ghost until the end of time as someone who adores the Ghost.
Fair statement. I mean, I enjoy it as well. More of a running gun frenzy type, just abuse the precise gunplay of Valorant, of course, as we see a hard default coming out. A lot of mid control being held by Winthrop right now. They're basically setting this up to get a little lurk tree that one way, actually providing some value, as Dill gets a couple shots onto Crescent with a Ghost as well. They're going to go just back to lurking mid, and this is going to be a mid fight right here, and Navar's going to get themselves 1. They're down to 10 HP, but I don't think it really matters, because Tayo is going to find more value with that Ghost again, and here is the Headhunter coming out. Dam's going to be able to get out and support his teammate on site, and now it's just a 1v5. Texas A&M doing a good job on pistol here on defense.
All right, A77, can you get the ace on first attack around pistols here for your team, or is you just going to get out alive?
He's got armor.
You might as well just go in at this point. Yeah, he bought armor. You stuck with the classic.
Yeah, I mean, I respect that. It's not like you saved there, right? It's pistol round.
Right,
You have to
yeah,
go for
pistol.
it.
You might as well.
I think honestly, what he should have done there is he should have shot the field goal in between the two and right-clicked and just kind of saw what value he could have gotten out of it, because, I mean, it's horribly inaccurate, but every single time I see 2 on screen, I shoot in the middle of them. So, I mean, I understand when you get double swung like that. We're going to see Dam coming out with the Sheriff, and everybody else, of course, on those Spectre buys. So we kind of expect to see Dam's going to be trying to go operate around 3 here, I assume, trying to find that value. We're going to see A77 actually carrying a Marshall right now as well. So that's going to be interesting to see if they can get any value with that. I think it's going to be vital for them winning this round. And we do also have to remember, I believe A&M won the other pistol and then lost their bonus round. So this is going to be kind of that telling point right here to see what they can do.
Yes, definitely, and we did already see Chamber got forced out from the side of Winthrop. They're going to egress here onto point A, but just one solo peek against Noble does result in Crescent going down immediately. So we didn't see a pop out from 2. So one swing meant no trade, just one teammate lost. Comey trying to do some baiting here with a jump peek, but jump peeking at different times means no one's really going to get better sight. Snapper is going to find Flare, and we're now down to a 3v5.
I'm just happy to see A&M pull out their bonus round so far. They're doing the right things. They're sitting here. Oh, Tayo actually gets spotted out by Moobs. It's going to be tough sliding ahead. Comey's going to find one. Dam's actually going to get the trade on the Moobs, and Dill like, oh, I can find a gun, and Comey is taken down, getting a little greedy, trying to recover that Spectre that was dropped earlier. It is a 4v1. Of course, A77, last one alive. Sova, can't say I'm surprised by that. We're gonna see what value you can get with that Marshall that we talked about earlier.
Unfortunately, not going to find anything with the recon dart. Instead, Tayo's going to force them forward using the snare, and that is down. Texas A&M loses one, but full team wipeout on the side of Winthrop. Winthrop struggling here on attack so far the first 2 rounds. Their economy still kind of okay though. Crescent going to have to go down to 0, as will Moob, and we have both of our duelists coming in with just light shields on this attack.
I never mind the light shields on Reyna just for the sheer fact that, hey, if you get a pick, you can heal yourself, so that makes sense. But I mean, everybody with those light shields, and of course, A77 bought that Marshall last round, so unfortunately, they have to just roll into this round with a Spectre, and Moob's just getting traded from the smoke. I don't know if his gun poked through the end of that smoke, or if they just pre-fired it, but that dark cover from Omen, providing some value, of course, in Tile as well, moves down to 66, and he's been the real difference maker so far. It's very interesting to see them kind of push up on that. There's 3 members right now on A side. They are pushing hard and heavy right now, as Noble looking to find some impact here. Can he get one? Crescent's gonna find one, get traded out almost immediately. Damn, oh, it's a bloodbath over on the A entrance.
This is much faster than we saw Winthrop try to engage and initiate on any point, but they are now down 1 as far as agent power goes. Moobs is posted up here at tree, expecting the rotations to come out. Teammates rotating for the mid control to go to B, and yeah, Moobs is planning on using that rotation, intentionally giving their team intel that they're going through mid to try and force some people out, but unfortunately, it looks like that plan did not work out in their favor. Moobs is going to pick up Noble now, so it's 3v3. Looks like we're going back to A for the plant, though.
Oh, the timing here can be beautiful for Nabber. You just have to be patient. That's all you have to do. And there it is, the spray through the dark cover. They're trying to smoke him off. It's not going to be effective as A77 slowly pushes towards the A site right now, looking for that angle, knows that Nabber is heaven. Obviously disadvantaged with the Spectre. We're going to see what value you can bring. 2 people on A site currently. We just have Nabber sitting here. There's the Sova Dart, going to be able to spot 1. The full rotation is going to be brought. A&M in a 3v2 retake scenario. The door is down, going to be busted open. We're going to see what kind of value they can find here. Of course, one already in heaven. This is going to be tough sledding ahead for Winthrop.
Dark cover has been posted at Archway as well as door from tree, and the retake goes in favor of Texas AMU. So the plant worked, but they couldn't lock down and hold it. Winthrop struggling here on their first few rounds of attack.
And so my question to you is here, Nerdy Bird, does Winthrop take a timeout? Like, I mean, it's just, you know, 3 rounds, right? It's not the end of the world, but we're talking about the first 3 rounds in defender side. So do you take a timeout? Do you take a breath? Do you go, hey, we're on an eco. Let's plan for our full buy here. They're going to take a timeout next round if this doesn't go the way they want. But right now, A&M is just stacking the economy. Their economy is extremely healthy. They'll definitely have buys next round, if not the round after that. And right now, Winthrop's going to be in that buy eco kind of cycle of sin and deliverance, you might say, for the foreseeable future if they can't find a round.
Definitely, and we do see Noble picks up 2, possibly. There's the 3-piece. Are we going to get the ace? Pop swing with the flash there, where A77's there. All right, give him the ace. Give him the ace. Come on, let him go take down Omen. Gonna throw the molly out. Are you just gonna run through it? Because I love when I see a KO just run through their own mollies. I guess you are 40 health, can't really do that. Kobe's trying to rotate out. We're not gonna get the ace, unfortunately, because we're gonna have Tayo have to clean things up, which is fair. But I'm always a person who will sacrifice himself, especially when we're leading this much as far as economy goes in a round, to allow my teammate to get the ace.
I mean, that's a fair statement, but unfortunately, when we run comp, Nerdy Bird, we're not playing for money. These kids are out here playing for a
Yep,
scholarship.
yes,
You're not
yes.
worried about the ace. You're worried about getting the round, saving the economy as a whole. Everybody on A&M right now over $5,000. That means for the next 3 rounds, they could buy out. Even if they lose the next 3, they could buy. Well, if they lose the 3rd one, that's actually map point, and that's over. But
There's my favorite skin.
I find it hilarious that you're just rooting for skins at this point. That's actually a couple of good shots. Again, the dark cover actually providing value, even if it's on the opposing team. They are completely willing to just spam through tile and see what they can find. And Noble is just sitting on this one way once again. And he was disgusting last round with the headshot. So we're going to see what can be brought out. There comes that molly, of course. And we're going to see the drone coming out trying to spot him out as well. 2 people currently on A. Oh, and the combo utility again. Nabber finds 2 before they get brought down by Moves. It's going to be, again, a 4v3. Dill's going to find Kami as well. And now 4v2. A77 getting a trade there. Moves with some good counter strafing. Going to even this out. 2 versus 2. Potentially a retake coming out here for A&M as they both rotate, of course, from mid and from spawn side.
We're just gonna post up, ready to just immediately eliminate someone coming from CT to heaven. Damn, it looks like they're gonna go through tree to window possibly with Tayo. Oh, no, they're gonna knock out the window, possibly look to go door here and bait, making them thinking they're splitting. Just waiting in tree. I do believe the defenders, though, are choosing to just stay posted up.
Oh, what a shot by Damn, and you're absolutely right. Oh, A77, can you stop being so filthy? Takes out the operator. It's a great peek. Tayo, just with that wiggle peek, that jiggle shows the shoulder, gets A77 to shoot, and it doesn't reset the recoil fast enough, and Tayo's gonna be able to win that gunfight because they didn't shoot first. Oh my, this is getting dangerous right now for Winthrop. Like A&M, you go 10-2 on attack, you don't find anything, and you come out and you're like, all right, boys, deep breath, we got this. 5 straight rounds on defense.
It does get very difficult, and what they thought was a clear future for themselves to win out this game in an easy 12-4 sweep, I believe was the thing at that our score at the halftime is slowly getting out of their reach. But you yourself, dear viewer, do have the opportunity to do more for yourself in your future. Soldiers from the Army National Guard can part time while getting their degree or working full time. Accelerate